What's up, everyone? This is Crypto Suf here. Today is March the 4th, and it's a Wednesday night at this point. It's after the close for the markets, and we have Bitcoin here. We're going to do Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm going to try to make this quick. What I see as of now is this right here, a head and shoulders bottom trying to be placed. In fact, let's go right here. Yeah, the head and shoulders bottom looking to be placed. And so if we zoom out a little bit, I'm seeing that this was probably a WXY, where this was an ABC, 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 and we finished with the ending diagonal. The whole move, though, the structure was a falling wedge, and so if that's the case, then it's really fitting to see a head and shoulders form out of that. So a lot of times you'll see with a falling wedge that prices will end up coming into it, hitting it 5 times, but on that 5th, after it breaks out, it'll come and retest again, and that will actually cause this right here, this head and shoulders bottom before we continue higher. So that looks like what's going on right here with Bitcoin. So this makes me more bullish on Ethereum because of how Bitcoin is looking. So there's a possibility here this head and shoulders has not been complete. If you see that this is the shoulder right here, here's all of the head, because that's the common neckline, and here's the other shoulder. I'm thinking that it's possible that we have an A, B, C down to around the 0.618 to 786, and that'll also give us that same area for the probably the 618, same area for the other shoulder, and that'd be a great entry with a stop loss at the low. Other than that, it's also possible that we are not having that and we break out now, and if that's the case, give me a second here. I'm just going to save this chart. Okay, other than that, another thing I wanted to show is that we could break out now, and if that's the case, here's the minimum target for that, and you would want to enter, or this is based off classical charting patterns, someone would enter right here at the break of the neckline, right as soon as we breach that neckline, with the stop loss at the low of that, and so that'd be like a 3.5 to a 6.2% stop loss, a 1.77 RR, and that's for the minimum target. But I do think we can come up. If this was all A, that WXY, we can have an ABC to create B before we go down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that final move down. For a larger degree, this one A, B, C. So we're considering all of this just A, B, C right here. And so we'd be looking to target possibly, well, most likely between the 0.618 and 786. So putting it right in the middle, it's probably going to be about a 10% move, and knowing Bitcoin is probably strong enough to do that, get a 10% move versus just the minimum target. So if it breaches, that's also a good place to long. Other than that, we could get a lower low, but it's looking like it's not likely at this point. And then we'd hold this position because we could get up here and then go down, but we can also at this point just start impulsing to a higher target. So it's likely that this is the bottom. So overall, I'm not trying to miss this head and shoulders area. This is a great opportunity to enter either for the short term 10% move or enter for the larger swing up here if we continue going to higher highs. And so going to Ethereum now, I was thinking that this was a 1 through 5 right here, so we had a larger degree A, B, C, something like that. And on the lower time frames, we had that 1 through 5 for C waves. So this is A, this is B, and C should have 5 waves. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. This is still possible, and that will also allow Bitcoin to come down one more time. If we rejected right here and came down, let me just take us back to that. Give me a second here. Okay, back to this. This would fall into place with Bitcoin falling here, getting rejected in this parallel channel for the C wave, which would create the larger degree wave 2, where we'd go 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, all the way up and start impulsing to higher targets. But the fact that this could come down here to that 0.618 also helps with the idea that Ethereum could come down here one more time. But let's see. Give me a second. Yeah, so I was thinking that we are in a triangle right here for Ethereum, a symmetrical triangle, and still valid if we kind of bend the lines right there, and that would still have the A, B, C, D, E, and then we decline for that fifth wave if we consider this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And the overall count remains the same of that A, B, C. But now, because of the way Bitcoin is looking, I'm assuming that even if we get over here and pulse and start impulsing upwards, the Ethereum may do the same thing. So this is possibly a WXY as well, with an ABC move here, ABC for W, ABC for X, and then ABC for Y. And after that Y move, we still have a possible head and shoulders, just like on Bitcoin. So right here, we have the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder. And in that case, it's the same concept, guys. It's possible that you see how we have the low right here. If you make parallel lines, it is possible that we do come back down. So this can come up a little more and then back down, bounce off of here or somewhere close, and then come up, and that will help with the symmetry. But it doesn't necessarily have to. So it's possible as well that we just bottomed right now. If that's the case, the head and shoulders minimum target is around 255, and so a long entry at the breach of the neckline with the stop loss at the low gives you a minimum target of 8%, but it gives you kind of like a 1-to-1 almost, or 1.5 to 1. Well, a 1.5 risk to reward, and so that doesn't give you the best option. But what it does also give you is the fact that if we did bottom here and the head and shoulders is real, then we're most likely going to keep on running up to higher highs. So with that being said, I definitely don't think, even if we get rejected over here and start going lower, and this was all A, B, C, I definitely don't think that we'd stop necessarily right here at the head and shoulders minimum target, just like on Bitcoin. I think if this is a head and shoulders, we are at least getting to around here 270, 275 before breaking down or go up, and so that's where the decision point will be made. Same like Bitcoin, but overall, that's what I'm looking at, guys. So I just wanted to give the update on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and let's see what fibs we've hit. Looks like we already bounced off the 0.618 from Ethereum, so I mean that would have been a great entry, but too bad we missed it. But like I said, if there's a potential that we bottomed already, and if that's the case, we want to hold this entry, even if it's right there. We want to hold this, and we potentially have something way bigger in store. But at the minimum, once we breach that neckline on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's likely to surpass the minimum target. I'm thinking maybe 15%. So yeah, that's about it. This is the trade I'm taking right here. The fact that we come down one more time, and like I said, if not, then we're going to go ahead and long right at the breach of that neckline. So until then, this is the trade that's active, and I'll be giving updates along the way. Make sure you guys like this video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel, and check out the description if you guys want to join the Telegram channel and the group chat.